Welcome in, Chiefs Kingdom, to Chiefs Latest, your one-stop spot for everything Kansas City Chiefs in 15 minutes or less. It is your host, Calvin Silvers. Happy Thursday, day 3 of training camp. It's underway, and it's been nothing short of exciting this week. And while the Chiefs are trying to cut down to a 53-man roster, there's still rumors out there of an addition that the Chiefs could add. We're about to jump into that, but before we do, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn on those notifications because we have daily videos. That's right, daily videos Monday through Friday here at Cheifs Latest. You're not going to want to miss any of the action. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications as it not only helps me and the channel, but it's going to help you stay up to date with everything Kansas City Chiefs. Now, as I mentioned, the Chiefs right now trying to cut down, trying to get to a 53-man roster, but there's still some names out there that the Chiefs could add to this roster, and one of those could be a reunion. That's right, a reunion with Kendall Fuller. Now, the Chiefs secondary is in a weird spot. Some might argue that their depth is fine. But there are some out there that would argue that we still need some depth or maybe even some more veteran depth. Well, to that crowd, a reunion once again with Kendall Fuller, a Super Bowl 54 champ. It makes sense. Last season, 50 tackles, 7 pass breakups, 1 fumble recovery in 11 games. I think that shows that he still has it. He still has some of that juice, despite, of course, missing 6 games to injury. His versatility across slot, outside, and safety roles and pass chief schemes, again, that's huge. Not only are you versatile like that, but you've played in the scheme before. It's a perfect fit for Spags. And not only that, Fuller could mentor Chamari Connor and let Trent McDuffie flex between slot and boundary, or even just move into the slot more overall. Of course, 30 years old, he's not commanding a big salary either. Likely $4 to $6 million. That fits the Chiefs' cap right now. Again, system familiarity, and something that I haven't mentioned yet is his leadership. This makes him a low-risk, kind of high-reward add, even if he's not a must-have. Again, he's not a must-have. You don't need him to win, but I don't think it hurts adding him. His veteran savviness, I think that just makes this defense, or could make this defense, even scarier, especially with Fulton coming back. This could be top 3 secondary in the league if you add Fuller as well, and he can perform to a level that we think he can. In his career, 128 games, 104 starts, 18 interceptions, 78 pass breakups, and of course, Super Bowl champion. Again, I like his ability to play nickel or boundary. It's going to allow McDuffie to shift to the slot. His mentorship could elevate Connor and Jalen Watson. So it's a smart, affordable pickup for the Chiefs. Again, he brings some versatility. He brings, a system know-how to a secondary that is, again, one piece away from this to be deadly. But again, he's not essential. You don't necessarily need him that bad, but his leadership, his multi-position skill set, I think that could solidify the back end of this Chiefs secondary, especially with Fulton. Well, this Chiefs dynasty has, kept its path of greatness thanks to some trades, of course, from Brett Veach and his just smartness as an NFL GM. Well, remember back in 2022 when we traded Tyreek Hill and it felt like the Chiefs dynasty was over. Everyone thought it was toast. Maybe some not diehard fans, but analysts, fretted over Patrick Mahomes, over his legacy. What is he going to do? What are the Chiefs going to look like? How are they going to survive this? But Brett Veach's, trade for draft picks, it proved genius. It fueled a 2025 roster that's so far built for now. It's better than what they had last year and is built for the future with all the extensions. The Hill trade netted picks for Trent McDuffie and Rasheed Rice, cornerstones, of course, of back-to-back Super Bowl runs. Without Hill's $32 million cap hit, the Chiefs locked up Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, Nick Bolton, George Karlaftis, huge names. In the 2022 receiver market, of course, Tyreek left because it exploded. It pushed Beach to go cheap with Rice, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Juju Smith-Schuster, Jalen Royals, and Nico Remigio. They all cost under $15 million combined. Mahomes, of course, allows you to be able to do something like that and allows you to pull off something like that because he can elevate, veteran or not, he can elevate anyone around him. And not only that, trading L'Jarius Sneed for a 2025 third-round pick looks smarter with Sneed on the PUP list right now and having missed games in 2024. So Veach's cap flexibility, his rookie deals, it keeps the Chiefs young and it keeps them lethal. Again, Tyreek Hill, his 2024 cap hit, $32 million. Karlaftis, McDuffie, Smith, Bolton, their 2025 cap hit, $30.2 million. $2 million less. That's insane. It's this cap space magic. Beach has this cap wizardry. I don't know how else to describe it. Creating more than $20 million in cap space in 2025, again, lets the Chiefs extend stars. 2025 third rounder from Snead adds another cost-controlled rookie to this roster. So Beach's trades of Hill and Snead, they were masterstrokes. They're building a great roster this season. They're going to have a great roster in the years to come and has some cap flexibility for extension. It all is really built on the fact that Mahomes can work with a cheap wide receiver core as well. And again, the fact that L'Jarius Sneed, not out there early and didn't get much time last year with his team, I think that spells trouble. And I think Brett Beach did the right thing to keep this Chiefs dynasty, alive and thriving. But a question that I saw arise today, and I had to jump on it and talk about it myself, is can the Chiefs win a Super Bowl with Travis Kelce playing a smaller role? Well, I think they absolutely can. I think they can at least get to the Super Bowl with Travis Kelce in a reduced role. And this is all proven by their run to the Super Bowl last year, because he had career lows, 823 yards, 3 touchdowns. He hasn't had that since 2013. Kelce doesn't need to be the focal point anymore. He just needs to be a magnet for defenses. Again, he's 36, but his situational IQ, it remains elite, probably one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league. Drawing coverage to open up Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy. He knows where to sit in the zones. He can free up Hollywood Brown. His clutch flash that we saw in the last year's playoff against Houston, 7 catches, 117 yards, and a touchdown, shows that he can still be a difference maker in big moments. Now, Rice's red zone prowess, 6 of 7 touchdowns there in 2023, that can shoulder the scoring load when you get to that point of the field, while Kelce's presence on third downs and in the red zone keeps defenses honest. Again, he needs to be on the field for a majority of snaps to maximize his impact. I believe that. But you need to also figure out a way to not overtax him. And not only that, Kelce's got a chip on his shoulder this year after last year's dip. I expect him to have a more assertive tight end one role. But this camp is also a proving ground for Noah Gray as the next in line. Last season, 97 receptions for Kelce, 823 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, his lowest yards and touchdowns since 2013. Noah Gray last season, 40 catches, 437 yards, 5 touchdowns, 81.6% catch rate, 4.3 yards after the catch. This season is a litmus test for Noah Gray, who I thought flashed some tight end one potential in 2024. Again, 40 catches, 5 touchdowns. And his catch rate shows that he's ready for a bigger role himself, especially if Kelce scales back on the targets. Gray's blocking, route running versatility, I think that shows that he can be a good fit for Andy Reid's offense. I think he complements Rice and Worthy as well. If Gray shines in these 2 tight end sets, I think the Chiefs can ease up, Kelce's snap count while keeping the passing game humming. So the Chiefs don't need prime Kelce to win it anymore. You don't need it at all. His gravity and clutch plays are enough that he gives you right now, with Rice handling red zone duties. Gray's emergence as a reliable number 2 tight end lets Kelce play smarter, not harder. And of course, we want to know what's going on in training camp. We're going to give you the biggest updates and headlines from training camp. Let's start it off with it doubled down on Tuesday's fireworks. That's right. Patrick Mahomes opened with 11 on 11 with a deep shot to Hollywood Brown, again, signaling a serious push for a vertical threat that must carry into the regular season. I hope they don't show all this off now and then Matt Nagy gets scared or injuries make us have to shelve these plays. Rashee Rice tied as the top target once again, but Jalen Royals, he got some first-team reps. I think that hints at them prepping for Rice's, looming 2 to 6 game suspension. And then not only that, your rookie defensive tackle, Omar Norman Lott, he was rotating with starters. That's a great sign, especially since many saw his second round, including myself, saw his second round pick as a reach. But it's 13.5 sacks in college on limited snap counts. I think that shows that he has some untapped potential, and he's seizing this opportunity, at least so far. Jamari Connor, we talked about him earlier, but his multi-position role as well, nickel, safety, and could be thrown in some exotic packages. I think that almost locks him in as a defensive chess piece. And this is all according to Steve Spags as well. Josh Simmons, Jalen Moore, they continue to hold down left and right tackle. And there's a lot more to be excited about there, but I think when looking at the line, those are the two main things is that they still have. Now, of course, Jawan Taylor's still out right now, but the fact that you still have these two rocking the tackle position, I think that's going to say a lot going into the season. Hollywood Brown last season missed a majority, as we know, with a shoulder injury, so it's good to see him and Mahomes already connecting and shining in that deep connection there. Jalen Royals, 55 receptions, 834 yards, 6 touchdowns, 15.2 yards a catch in 7 games last season. In 2023, he had over 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns, so he is elite and has the ability to contribute early. Again, we're seeing a lot of rookies rise. Omar Norman Lott, first team reps, show the Chiefs want him ready for passing down snaps. Of course, you want to ease off the pressure from Jones. And then his quick first step, I think that can boost a pass rush that dipped to 39 sacks last season. But that Royals first team time, especially if Rice, with that looming suspension, this positions him as a red zone threat and a potential wide receiver 4. Of course, Thornton has something to say about that too, but Royals 6 foot, 205-pound frame, that fits Andy Reid's system. It's going to make him a plug-and-play option during Rice's absence. So Wednesday's camp proved that the Chiefs are all in on stretching the field, at least for now, with Mahomes to Brown deep shots. We're seeing Royals stepping up for Rice. Assuming that that's going to be a suspension that we see this season, everyone's expecting it. Norman Lott's rise and Connor's versatility, I think that just strengthens the defense even more, while Simmons and Moore, again, lock in the O-line. The Chiefs can keep these deep plays alive. Royals can deliver. Norman Lott can prove to be valuable. They're going to stay not only dangerous in the AFC West, but in the entire AFC as a whole. Well, that was Thursday's episode for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate all the comments and subscribes that we have been getting lately. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. It really and truly means a lot. And go ahead, let me know in the comments, can the Chiefs win a Super Bowl with a smaller role for Travis Kelce? Would you like to see a reunion with Fuller? Let me know in the comments as well. Well, that is all that we have here for Cheifs Latest. Once again, I am your host, Calvin Silvers. Hit that subscribe button, and until next time, have a good one.